Are you dealing with a lot of change in your life right now?
Because it's September and there's a change of season, the change of schedule for so many of us that had kind of relaxed a little bit in the summer, and all of a sudden it's go, 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 go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So our question for you this morning is, how's it going? How do you manage change? And this is pertinent for us as, we, although our empty nesters, are going through a lot of the change that occurs right now at the beginning of September and the season in school, schedules, busy, business back, all these things that all of a sudden start to pile up. It's almost like everybody was waiting until the day after Labor Day, and then it's like, boom, now I'm going to make a whole bunch of decisions and fill your calendar up and dump my stuff onto you, and away we go. And it's just like, wow, let's take a breather.
It's a lot. And it's so funny when you said, are you experiencing the change? I was like, oh, because I'm in my 50s and I'm going through the change. Sorry, I thought that's where you were going. Okay. That's a separate completely.
Yeah,
how
I
do
think so.
partners deal with that?
I think
that's
so.
not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it is fair that to really look at the changes that we are experiencing and our expectations of them, right? Because so many of them, like my schedule has changed, and all of a sudden I'm feeling more pressure, or I'm feeling more stress because it's filling up more than it was last month.
Yeah.
Which then how does Laurie show up when she's feeling under pressure and stressed? Well, Jim, how does Laurie show up?
I believe that's a loaded question, and I don't want to go anywhere near that question.
Fair.
But I will offer up a couple of thoughts. And first of all is, for me, I'm a planner, and I like to know,
Really?
just a little bit. And I'm a control freak too. So in case you didn't know that and you're new to this, but and I like to have things planned out. And so for me, I've planned September months ago. This is what we're going to be doing, or this is what I'm going to be doing. This is what my schedule is going to look like. And when it doesn't look like that, it's kind of like fingers on a chalkboard.
Or wait a minute,
Right?
when somebody perhaps comes in and says, "Oh, we're going to change what that looks like."
Yeah,
That you had,
yeah. And I think what I want to give as my sort of thoughts on that is although I love to plan, when those other things come up, they may grate me. They might cause me to and I'm not suggesting you do this. Other people do this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That they cause me to have to change. I'm dealing with that, and I need to work on my own thoughts on it, because I'm expecting everybody else to do their calendar the same way as I do it, and everybody else plans out September like I plan it out. And so just do it, everybody, and we'll all be fine.
Do it your way.
But when I realized, you know what, that's not the case. I need to be looking at myself and understanding, how do I actually process that change? And am I leaving that space in my life for those things to happen? Because what I truly love are those spontaneous things that come up where we just see those moments of impact on people's lives. And we can't put those in a calendar,
No,
right?
right?
And that's the thing that is so gratifying about leaving the space for it. So, yeah.
So if you haven't guessed, this is just sort of, we're coaching right here each other of kind of what has happened this last week. So you're welcome. And here's where I noticed is my reaction to when there's friction of change, and even how you don't react to a way that I think you should, then I don't show up the way I think I should.
Yeah.
Right? Like that,
Yeah.
my nails come out. It sounds like this.
Yes,
And
it does.
so
We used to have a cat. I know that sounds.
But here's the thing is, then to your point of me going, okay, wait a minute, that wasn't my best self showing up in that moment. What do I need to be thinking and believing differently? And here's a thought that really helped me over the last few days is, oh, Jim's reacting in a way when he's under stress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I was able to get into curiosity and compassion for you way faster, instead of staying really annoyed and frustrated with you, and then showing up as Laurie does, frustrated and annoyed. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh, and I was able to go, oh, I wonder what's going on for him. Oh, there has been a lot of things that have been different, and they're all beautiful things. It's all amazing things, but it's still different, and our brain doesn't like different. So just understanding that, of doing my own work in that, I think, to your point, I think you might agree, I've shown up a little differently because I'm going, oh, wait a minute, like more understanding. Well, at least since this morning.
Well, It's so important to realize that it's about our reaction, it's our way of dealing with it. And as you say, you were curious and you opened up to, ooh, what is going on? Why would Jim be acting this way? Because I know that it is out of the norm. The advice that I would give, and particularly for the men in this case, is don't point out to your spouse that they're acting differently or they shouldn't be acting that way. That doesn't work. It really truly is about you having the space yourself to be able to open that. And just to understand, and as we like to say, get curious about why that's going on, because so often we think that what you're doing is because of something I've done or didn't do, when in fact you're dealing with your stuff and I'm dealing with my stuff, and we don't really know what that stuff is until we get a chance to sit down and talk about it and think about it. So have some space and compassion for each other when you're going through the change, and particularly at this time of the year.
And if your calendar is crazy busy, if like just even the whole season change for you is different, then just give yourself that sense of compassion and kindness. And when you start doing that, it's way easier to start doing it with your partner.
It is. It truly is. Enjoy the day and let us know, how do you deal with change and what's going on in your life right now? Have a great day.
Bye for now.